Pollution is affecting billions of people and animals alike. These pollutants are harming ecosystems everywhere, even our oceans.
Pollution has been increasingly affecting the ocean since the start of the Industrial Revolution. Scientists have seen a drastic change in the way that the ocean functions, and it has not been for the better.
One of the main pollutants threatening our oceans today is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the primary greenhouse gas emitted through human activities. This gas is released mainly by cars, certain machinery, and power plants that burn fuels to create electricity.
The consistent rise in the amount of carbon dioxide currently in our atmosphere is due to deforestation and the high emissions previously mentioned. Of the CO2 created, over 25% each year is absorbed by the world's oceans. This has slowly been increasing in the past 250 years, and recently has begun rising much faster than scientists predicted. This is in part due to the industrial revolutions and the rapid expansion of industries that release carbon dioxide.
Although the ocean absorbing this gas has proven beneficial in the short term, it eventually will cause hard-to-fix problems. When carbon dioxide dissolves into water, carbonic acid is created. This decreases the ocean's pH levels, increasing its acidity. The ocean's current pH levels can cause multiple damaging effects, a major one being the destruction of the shells or outer skeletons of oceanic organisms, specifically shellfish and coral. This change could affect some of the most heavily fished organisms and their environment in a devastating way.
Shelled organisms rely on calcium carbonate minerals to build their shells. When the calcium carbonate reacts with carbonic acid created by ocean acidification, its solubility increases because the hard calcium would rather bond with the acid instead of the carbon present in the shells. This causes their shells, some organisms' only source of protection, to weaken and in some cases be destroyed.
This change is seen clearly in pteropods, an organism vital to the oceanic food chain. These shellfish have survived millions of years, but in the past few hundred, scientists have seen dramatic changes.
If these organisms are unable to protect themselves, their mortality rate would increase greatly and would hurt other organisms that rely on them as a food source. This would cause many different species of fish to die and could starve the billion people whose only major source of food comes from the sea.
The ocean's pH levels have dropped so low that within 45 days, pteropod shells become weak and decayed. These organisms are then left defenseless to other organisms and their environment, making them unable to live long enough to reproduce at the necessary rate.
Luckily, there are a few solutions that could prevent this from occurring. These include reducing our carbon footprint by using alternative energy sources and limiting the logging industry.
The likely long-term effect of this is the extermination of species that can no longer survive in the more acidic water. These include some corals and shellfish, which the fishing industry relies on for profit. This is why many companies are cutting down on the amount of carbon dioxide they produce annually.
The ocean plays an essential role in human life, and without the food that comes from it, we could face an extinction as well. Because of this, we must attempt to put these changes into place and better the environment before this problem becomes too advanced for us to fix.